All right, guys, in this lesson, we're going to cover the pronouns and a worksheet that was assigned to you guys about pronouns, right? So, nouns are people, places, and things, right? Pronouns we're going to use to help kind of identify and replace those nouns. So, in English, we use pronouns all the time when we're talking to somebody because we need pronouns to identify who's doing the action. Because we say, I eat, you eat, he, she eats, they eat, we eat, you all eat. Things like that. Because if I just said, eats, eat, goes home, sleeps, does homework, goes to school, plays video games, you guys have no idea who we're talking about. Who is the subject? So that's where pronouns come in. He plays video games. She goes to school. They eat lunch and things like that. So in Spanish, this is the chart that we use. If you guys can copy this down in your notebooks with the vocab, this will help you when we get to conjugating verbs. We're going to use the same kind of chart, the line down the middle, and two. So we end up having 6 boxes, okay? And in the top left, on the left-hand side, all of these words over here, if we move our computer, all of these words over here, these deal with singular people, okay? Singular persons over here on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, all of these pronouns deal with plural groups of people, okay? So as we look, I in Spanish is yo, yo. And we've already been familiarized with a few of these words already. Yo estoy bien. Yo me llamo. Yo soy de those places. So you're familiar, you've heard these pronouns before already, okay? So I is you, is yo. Now, in Spanish, there exists 2 different ways to say you. There's an informal you and a formal you. Now, what is the difference? Very good, as you guys answered that. The informal you, which is tú, is used for people younger than you or with your friends. All right? So it's informal in that way, in those kind of relationships with people younger than you or with your best friends. You can use it also with family members. It just depends on what their preference is. Some people will use the tú all the time. Others will be like, ooh, you got to have this respect, okay? And so tú, we've been familiarized with ¿Cómo estás? Bien. Y tú and you, ¿Cómo te llamas? Those are all informal ways, the informal form of talking, referring to somebody, okay? So tú. Now, for he, she, él, and ella, remember the double L makes a ya sound? Ella. And usted, the formal you. Usted. This will be abbreviated many times with a capital U-D. Now, this one, like it says, formal you. This is what you would use talking to older people older than you, or people in a higher position, such as your teacher, your boss, your supervisor, the principal, okay? People older than you. It's that respect your elders kind of thing. So, usted. When in doubt, people, use the usted. When in doubt. If you don't know where your relationship is with this person, usted. ¿Cómo está usted? Is what we're going to be looking at using, so you avoid any awkward moments of, who do you think you are? You can't talk to me like we're best friends. And that's our difference. Tú, usted. Tú and usted. For he and she, él and ella are the identifying pronouns for that. And if we look over here, we is nosotros. If you're a group of all males or a mixed group, okay? If it is a group of all females, they will use the pronoun nosotras, nosotras, okay? This middle box over here, I have just the word. We don't need the definition. We don't use it because this is the vosotros. Vosotros is kind of the old school Spanish. You would find it in the Bible and scriptures. If you go to Spain, they'll use it, but we don't really need to get into it. It's just one less thing. But this would be the equivalent maybe of the Old English of using thee, thine, thou shalt not pass, that kind of stuff, was where we would classify vosotros. Okay? So then over here, for they, them, okay, those two get clumped together with these ones, ellos and ellas. Ellos will be used with mixed groups or all male groups of they or them. All right? If it is all females, it would be ellas. And a you plural. In English, when we say you all, you guys, y'all, or in Pueblo, the yous guys would be the plural you. And that is ustedes. Ustedes. And that is abbreviated capital UDS. All right? Now, this one has nothing to do with tú and usted. Nothing to do. So it's not formal, it's not informal. Like that's not the way it works. Ustedes means you all. Okay? So if we look at our specialty rules here, for people's names, Luis, Juana, Maria, Morton, whatever, these are going to be the pronouns we use for he or she or usted. All right? If in the homework you see anything where it's anyone plus yo, if yo exists in the sentence with anyone else, the pronoun used would be we, with nosotros or nosotras. All right? And down here, any sentence or group of persons, anyone where it includes usted or tú, will be an ustedes type of pronoun. Okay? That is something very important as we go into the homework, as we pull this up right here. All right. So let's get another marker for the color coordinating. For yo, for I, what is the pronoun that we use? It is yo. Okay, and as we go over this, you guys can do this too to get the homework assignment done. Free points, free points. All right? So if we're talking you and it's your friend, we are going to use which of the pronouns? If we pull our poster into view, we would see, okay, friends, we want to use tú. Tú. How about Miguel? Okay, that's not I or you. Okay, it's he. Miguel would be he. Maya, the opposite. Ella. What about el alumno? Now, we've talked about articles before. Articles can help us define whether a word's masculine or feminine. So el alumno is él. La muchacha, ella. The girl. Okay? Now, if we look down here and see Luisa y Marisela, how many people are we talking about? Luisa y Marisela. There's two people. Is that going to be any of these? No, because we talked about these are for singular people. All right? Over here are the pronouns for groups. So is yo part of that one? No, it is not. Is ellos, ellas? Oh, because it doesn't have tú or usted, so it's not going to be, it's either going to be ellos or ellas. Luisa y Marisela. They're females. So we're going to put ellas. Now, Roberto y Luis. Same thing. We can automatically, okay, so that was female. These These guys are going to be ellos. All right? Los estudiantes. What's the rule? If we don't know what the gender is, or if it's a mixed group, we go with the masculine way of saying it, and it would be this one too. Ellos. Los estudiantes. Now, what about la chica y el chico? All right. So the girl and the boy. Mixed group of people. Ellos. As my marker's dying on us. All right. Now numbers 11 through 20. We're going to switch it up and use this green one here. So, tú y tú y tú. You and you and you. What's it going to be? We look at our rules again. Do I have yo in that sentence? No, it's tú y tú y tú. Okay, so it's got to be something plural. And what's our what's the rule here? Anyone plus tú or usted. So we have tú y tú y tú. There's three of them. So it should be ustedes. Ustedes with tú y tú y tú. There we go. Awesome. Now how about la clase y tú? Same rule, because tú is part of the sentence. Now we're going to put the abbreviated version here. Ustedes. Good. Now what if it's all guys or a mixed group of we? We talked about that before. Nosotros. Nosotros. Now if it's all girls and we? Nosotras. Nosotras. And you guys, if I move this and zoom in. Whoop. Yeah. All right, what about los alumnos y yo? If it was a woman saying this, her name's Señora something. Los alumnos y yo. What's our rule? Anyone plus yo equals nosotros or nosotras. Okay? So if it says los alumnos, that would be masculine plus the female teacher. We're going to use the masculine form. Nosotros. Okay, number 16, though, is las alumnas, the female students, and I, the female teacher. Nosotras. Notice nosotros, nosotras. Okay? What about tú y yo? Let's look at our rule. Tú y yo. Anyone plus two, that's not right. It's anyone plus yo. Anyone plus yo. So this one should be nosotros. What about los chicos, tú y yo? Once again, we're kind of drilling that one into you guys. And how would you refer to Mrs. Sanchez? Mrs. Sanchez. You go, what up, homie? What it do? No, you do not. Mrs. Sanchez would be referred to as usted. And your principal or your teacher or anybody older than you, you would refer to as, we'll abbreviate this one, usted. So there you have it, peeps. The pronouns, the homework assignment that's due of everything, are pronouns, once again, that are very important. Yo, tú, él, ella, usted, nosotros, nosotras, ellos, ellas, and ustedes. Now, we will use this kind of chart a lot this year when we conjugate verbs. And if we understand the pronouns and who's doing the action and who we're talking about, will help us when we start conjugating the verbs. So there you have it. Thanks again, amigos.